Fear Free English Club.
You're late to a meeting. Everyone is looking at you. You want to explain why, but your brain just says nothing. Today, you'll learn exactly what to say when you walk in late, and how to sound natural doing it.
Welcome to Fear Free English Club. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Ben. This is the podcast where we teach you what to say when your brain stops working.
Every episode, we give you real phrases you can use immediately. No textbook English, just practical words for real life.
And I'm here to make all the mistakes so you don't have to. Trust me, I make a lot of them.
That's why we're a good team. I explain, Ben panics, and together we help you speak with confidence.
So, Rachel, I have to tell you about something that happened to me last week. It was so bad.
Oh no, what happened, Ben?
So, I had a meeting at work, an important meeting, and I was late. Like 15 minutes late.
Okay, that happens. What did you say?
That's the problem. I walked in, everyone looked at me, and I just said, sorry, and then nothing. My brain completely stopped.
You froze.
I froze. I knew why I was late. The train was delayed. Simple, right? But I couldn't find the words. I just stood there.
And this is exactly why we made this episode. Being late is stressful, and stress makes it hard to find words. But here's the good news. There are simple phrases you can prepare, so next time you don't have to think, you just say them.
Yes, please. I need those phrases.
The key is having something ready before you need it. You don't need a perfect explanation. You need a quick phrase that works.
Okay, I'm ready. What do I need to learn?
3 lines. That's it. 3 lines that will save you every time you're late.
Only 3?
Only 3. Number 1, your time buyer. This gives you 2 or 3 seconds to think. Sorry, I'm late.
Simple. I like it.
Number 2, your rescue line. If you start explaining and mess up, you say, let me start again.
Oh, that's useful, because I definitely mess up.
And number 3, a polite phrase to keep things smooth. Thanks for waiting.
So, sorry I'm late, then I explain, and if I freeze, let me start again, and then thanks for waiting at the end.
Exactly. 3 phrases. You already have a complete system.
That's actually really helpful. If this is helping you too, hit that follow button so you don't miss our next episode.
Okay, let's practice these in real conversations. Ben, you're walking into a work meeting. You're 10 minutes late. I'm your colleague. Ready?
Ready. Okay, sorry I'm late. The train was, how do you say delayed?
Yes, delayed. Perfect word.
The train was delayed.
No problem. We just started. Sit down.
Thanks for waiting. I hope I didn't, miss too much?
No, you're fine. We're just going over the schedule.
Okay, that wasn't too bad, right?
That was great. You used all 3 tools. Time buyer, sorry I'm late, short reason, the train was delayed, and polite finish. Thanks for waiting.
But I hesitated on delayed. I almost said late train.
And late train also works. My train was late. The train was delayed. Both are correct.
Oh, good. But what does delayed mean exactly?
Delayed means something didn't happen on time. The train was supposed to come at 8, but it came at 8:20. It was delayed.
So I can say my flight was delayed too?
Exactly. Flight delayed, train delayed, bus delayed. Anything that comes late can be delayed. Let's slow that down. The phrase is, sorry, I'm late. The train was delayed.
Okay.
Listen to the rhythm. 2 short pieces, not 1 long sentence. Sorry, I'm late. Pause. The train was delayed.
Sorry, I'm late. The train was delayed.
Perfect. 2 pieces. This is easier to say when you're nervous. You only need to remember 1 piece at a time.
That makes sense. 2 pieces.
Let's try another situation. You're meeting a friend at a cafe. You're 15 minutes late. I'm your friend. Ready?
Okay. Hey, sorry, I'm so late.
It's okay. What happened?
I lost... No, wait. I couldn't find,
Take your time.
let me start again. I couldn't find parking, like, I drove around forever.
Oh, parking here is terrible. Don't worry about it.
Thanks for waiting. Have you ordered yet?
Not yet. I was waiting for you.
Oh, good. So, what do you want to get?
Ben, that was really natural.
Really? I messed up in the middle, though.
Yes, but you used your rescue line. You said, "Let me start again," and kept going. That's exactly what you should do.
I almost said I lost parking, which makes no sense.
Right, you can't lose parking, but you caught yourself and said, "I couldn't find parking." Great correction.
What does parking mean here exactly?
I couldn't find parking means I couldn't find a place to put my car. We say find parking or find a parking spot, but not find a parking.
Got it. I couldn't find parking.
Also, did you notice you used like? You said, "I drove around for like forever."
Oh, yeah. Is that okay?
Very natural. Native speakers use like all the time. It makes you sound real.
Nice. I'm learning.
You are. Now, let's teach everyone today's rescue line. This is a phrase you can use anytime you're late.
Okay, what is it?
I got held up.
I got held up. What does that mean?
It means something stopped you, something delayed you. Traffic, work, a phone call, anything. You don't have to explain what.
So, I can just say, I got held up and stop?
Exactly. If they want to know more, they'll ask. If not, you're done.
That's perfect. It's like a universal excuse.
Let's practice. Repeat after me slowly. Sorry, I'm late.
Sorry, I'm late.
I got held up.
I got held up.
Now together. Sorry, I'm late. I got held up.
Sorry, I'm late. I got held up.
Listeners, your turn. Say it out loud with us.
Sorry, I'm late. I got held up.
One more time.
Sorry, I'm late. I got held up.
Great. Now here are two more options you can use.
Options are good.
First, sorry to keep you waiting. This is very polite, good for work situations.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I like that.
Second, sorry, I lost track of time.
What does lost track of time mean?
It means you forgot to watch the clock. You were busy and suddenly you realized it was late.
Oh, that happens to me constantly.
It's honest and people understand it. So you have three options. I got held up, sorry to keep you waiting, and I lost track of time.
3 rescue lines for being late. I feel prepared already.
If you're finding this useful, take a second to subscribe and share this episode with a friend who's learning English. It really helps us make more episodes like this. Okay, Ben, let's do some role play. I want you to practice being late in different situations.
All right, let's do it.
First situation. You're late to a job interview. I'm the interviewer. This is a formal situation, so be polite. Ready?
Oh no, a job interview. Okay, here I go.
Hello, you must be Ben. Please, come in.
Yes, hello. I'm so sorry I'm late. There was a lot of traffic. Traffic was very,
Take a breath.
sorry. Let me start again. There was an accident on the highway, so traffic was very bad. I'm really sorry.
I understand. These things happen. Please, sit down.
Thank you, and thank you for waiting for me. I hope... Wait, that doesn't sound right. Thanks for your patience?
Of course. Let's begin.
Okay, how was that? I made like 3 mistakes.
You made mistakes, but you fixed them. That's what matters. You said, "Let me start again" when you got confused, and you corrected "Thank you for waiting for me" to "Thanks for your patience."
Is thanks for your patience better?
For a formal situation like a job interview, yes. Thanks for your patience sounds more professional. Thanks for waiting is fine for friends or casual situations.
Good to know. What about traffic was very bad? Is that okay?
Perfect. You can also say traffic was terrible or traffic was really heavy. All good options.
Traffic was heavy. I like that one.
Let's try the same situation again. Same job interview, but this time try to be smoother.
Okay. Second attempt.
Hello, you must be Ben. Please, come in.
Hello. Yes, I'm so sorry I'm late. There was an accident on the highway, so traffic was really heavy. Thanks for your patience.
No problem at all. Please, have a seat.
Thank you.
Much better. Did you feel the difference?
Yeah, I didn't panic. I had my phrases ready.
Exactly. You said, "Sorry I'm late," gave a short reason, and finished with "Thanks for your patience." Clean and professional.
I didn't even need my rescue line that time.
That's the goal. Practice enough and the phrases become automatic.
Let's do another one. Something less scary than a job interview.
Okay, you're late to a friend's birthday dinner at a restaurant. I'm your friend. It's casual, so relax.
Hey, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Happy birthday. I'm the worst.
It's fine, you're here now. What happened?
I lost track of time. Wait, no, I lost track of time. No the, right?
Right, know the.
I lost track of time. I was finishing something at work and just, I didn't see the clock.
Don't worry about it. Sit down. We just ordered drinks.
Thanks for waiting, and seriously, happy birthday. You look amazing, by the way.
Nice recovery with the compliment there.
I figured I should make up for being late,
Smart. That's very natural. When you're late to something social, a small compliment or extra friendliness helps smooth things over.
Okay, let me try that again, but better.
Go for it.
Hey, I'm so sorry. I got completely held up at work. Happy birthday.
No worries. Come sit.
Thanks for waiting. Have you ordered food yet or just drinks?
Just drinks. We were waiting for you.
Perfect. Okay, what looks good on the menu?
See how smooth that was? You used "I got held up," which we practiced. You didn't over-explain, and you moved the conversation forward by asking about the menu.
It feels more natural now, like I'm not stuck on the apology.
That's an important point, actually. When you're late, apologize once, give a short reason, and then move on. Don't keep apologizing.
Don't keep saying sorry.
Right. One apology is enough. If you say sorry 5 times, it becomes awkward for everyone.
That's good to know.
Speaking of that, let's talk about something cultural. In American English and in most English-speaking countries, people expect a short apology when you're late, but they also expect you to move past it quickly.
So don't make a big drama about it.
Exactly. In some cultures, you might apologize several times to show you really mean it, but in American culture, that can feel uncomfortable. People want to hear "sorry," get a quick reason, and then continue with the meeting or dinner or whatever.
So keep it short.
Keep it short. "Sorry I'm late, I got held up, thanks for waiting." Then change the subject.
That's actually easier than I thought.
It is. The formula is simple. Apologize, explain briefly, thank them, move on.
Apologize, explain, thank, move on. Got it.
Okay, let's do a quick review of everything we learned today. I'll say a phrase, you repeat it. Ready?
Ready.
Sorry I'm late.
Sorry I'm late.
The train was delayed.
The train was delayed.
I got held up.
I got held up.
I lost track of time.
I lost track of time.
Thanks for your patience.
Thanks for your patience.
Great. And our rescue line of the day one more time.
Sorry I'm late. I got held up.
Perfect. One pronunciation tip before we finish. The word sorry.
Sorry?
Listen to how it sounds. It's not sorry with two equal parts. It's more like sorry. The first part is stronger.
Sorry.
Yes, sorry I'm late.
Sorry I'm late.
That sounds very natural.
Sorry I'm late. I got held up.
Perfect.
All right. So what's our challenge this week?
This week, we want you to write a comment. Tell us, what's your excuse? When was the last time you were late, and what happened?
Write it in English. Just 2 or 3 sentences. It's great practice.
And if you're not sure if your sentence is correct, write it anyway. We read the comments and we can help you.
Or just answer this. Are you usually late or usually early?
That's an easy one. Just one word if you want.
I'm usually late, by the way, in case that wasn't obvious.
All right, everyone. That's our episode for today.
If you liked this, please subscribe to the podcast and leave us a rating. It really helps other English learners find us.
And share this episode with a friend who's learning English. Learning together is more fun.
Remember, the goal isn't perfect English. The goal is being understood.
You're already doing amazing by practicing. Every time you listen, every time you repeat a phrase, you're getting better.
So keep going, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.